Hello students, hope you all are doing well. I'm here again with another session. We'll be starting our English language book today. The first chapter is Meet the Family. Please open up your English language book and open this first chapter, Meet the Family. Alright students, come to page number 2 of the first chapter, Meet the Family. Unit 1, lesson 1, listen and speak. Read the story and answer the question. Where are Mr. and Mrs. Berkeley going next weekend? It's supper time at the Berkeley's house in Karachi. Mr. Berkeley is an engineer, Mrs. Berkeley is an artist. Tyra, are you going to take us to the seaside next weekend? Mr. B, no I can't. I'm going to Nepal. I'm going to build a bridge in the Himalayas there. Tyra, are you going alone? Mr. B, no, I'm going with a colleague from work. Mrs. B, three of you are going to stay with grandma and grandpa for 2 nights. Imran, why? What are you going to do? Mr. B, I'm going to paint a family picture for a friend who's got 3 children. We'll take up the whole weekend. Nadia, can't you come home in the evening? No. They live right on the other side of the city, so I'm going to stay with them. So just go through this write up, and let's see in question number 3. Listen and write the children's age next to the name. So can you see a family tree? Grandpa and grandma, Mr. Dani, Mrs. Dani, Mrs. Berkey, Mr. Berkey. Mr. Dani, Mrs. Dani have 2 children, Mariam and Fahad, and Mrs. Berkey and Mrs. Berkey have 3 children, Saira, Imran, and Nadia. So this is a family tree. A family tree tells us about like who is the head of the family, and then who are the kids, and then if they have other kids as well, then it will show you all the family members in one place. Okay, so come to the next page, page number 3. Unit 1, lesson 2. Words, family members. Say these words, circle the odd ones out. Okay, now you have to circle the words which are similar in sound. Similar in sound means which have the same sound, and you can circle the ones which doesn't have the same sound. Okay, brother, mother. I think they have the same sound. Sun, do you think there is other word for sun? No. Monday, rocket, monkey, donkey, money, honey, nothing. No. Honey is money. Honey has the same sound as money. Nothing. No, nothing. Nothing is not. Isn't like any other word. So we should circle nothing as well. Monday is Monday as well doesn't have the same sound with any other word. Rocket is rocket. Even rocket doesn't have the same sound as any other word. Monkey, donkey has the same sound. So we have 3 similar sound words: brother, mother, honey, money, monkey, donkey. The rest of the words you have to circle. Question number 2. Look at the family tree in lesson 1. Use the words in the box to complete the sentences. So have you seen the family tree in the previous page? You have to fill in the sentences with the words. Brother, sister, mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, uncle, aunt, son, daughter, grandson, granddaughter. Example is Mrs. Berkey is Mrs. Dani's sister. Mr. Berkey is Fahad. Mr. Berkey is Fahad's what? Mr. Berkey is Fahad's uncle. Mrs. Dani is Imran's aunt. Tyra is grandma's. Now you have to do it by yourself. Just do it by yourself. And you need to do this in your book. And you have to do this exercise too.
Tell him to meet us here. Can you say your name again? We talk on the phone every week. Speak quietly. This is a library. Hello, I'm Emma from English. Do these verbs sometimes confuse you? They're so similar that it can be difficult to know which one is the right one to use. Don't worry, you're not alone. I get asked the difference between tell and say and talk and speak all the time by my students. So I've made this video to help you understand. Let's start with say and tell. Now, this is the verb form in the present tense, but they're both irregular verbs. So in the past tense, the form changes. It becomes said and told. These verbs are slightly different in their definitions. Say means to express something with words, and tell means to give information to a person. And that's the most important difference between these two words. When you use tell, you must have a person following the verb. It could be a name or a pronoun, but there must be a person following. He told me to do it. He told me to do it. So to help you understand, I want to use some examples. So feel free to practice out loud with me while I'm saying these sentences. You'll get some extra speaking practice too, as well as a grammar lesson. Where are they going? She didn't say. Where are they going? She didn't tell me. She didn't give me the information. What did he say? What did he tell you? What information did he give you? Say hi to Paul for me. Tell Paul I said hi. I want to say something about our teacher. I want to tell you something about our teacher. I said that their new house is beautiful. I told them that their new house was beautiful. Did he say how it happened? Did he tell you how it happened? I said that I'd meet him on Sunday. I told him that I'd meet him on Sunday. One of the most important differences about using these verbs is that tell must have a person following it. Now, what about speak and talk? Just like say and tell, speak is an irregular verb. So in the past tense, the form is spoke. But talk is a regular verb, so all you need to do to change the verb to the past tense is add ed. The pronunciation of that ed is just a T sound added to the end of the verb. Talked, talked, talked. Now, speak and talk are synonyms, and most of the time you can use either one of these words interchangeably, which means it doesn't matter. You can choose either. There are a few slight differences in the way that they're used. Speak tends to be a bit more formal. It also refers to more general topics than talk. Usually, when you use talk, you might add it with the preposition about, talk about something. So it's a little more specific. Speak you can use quite generally. For example, can I speak with you? Now, this is quite general. We're not being specific about what we want to speak about. But it also sounds a bit more formal. It sounds important. Can I talk with you? So this is a little more casual, a little informal. It doesn't sound as important. And if we add about, we can add some more detail. Can we talk about your brother? So let's talk about prepositions quickly. Which words can you use with these verbs? You can talk to someone. You can speak to someone. You can talk with someone, or you can speak with someone. Or you can speak about something, or you can talk about something, or someone. Most importantly, you can only use speak when you're talking about languages. They speak French, not they talk French. Though you might hear people say they talk in French. How many languages do you speak? Not how many languages do you talk. I speak 3 languages. Not I talk 3 languages. That's the most important thing to remember about these 2 verbs. But remember that they're synonyms, so you can usually use either of them. The difference is very slight or small. I spoke with my manager yesterday. I talked with my manager yesterday. They are interchangeable. Well, that's it. I hope that you enjoyed that lesson, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel just here if you haven't already. And you can check out more of my English video lessons right there. You can also connect with me on Facebook at English, and if you're super keen to keep improving your English with me, check out my online courses at english.com. Looking forward to our next lesson. See you next time.
How to use the verb ask correctly from espressoenglish.net. Ask is one of the most common verbs in English, but there are a number of details to remember when you use it in a sentence. Here are 4 ways to use the English verb ask correctly and 1 common error. You can ask someone for an object. For example, I asked the teacher for a pencil. I asked her for a glass of water. My son asked for a video game for Christmas. You can also use ask someone for when the thing you want to receive is not a physical object. For example, I asked the teacher for some help with the homework. I'm going to ask my sister for advice. Let's ask the travel agent for information. So use ask for when you want to receive something from another person. Use ask someone about plus a topic. For example, I asked the teacher about the final exam. I asked my colleague about his trip to Portugal. My boss asked me about the project. Let's ask the travel agent about flights to Europe. So use ask someone about when you want to know some information about a particular topic. You can also use the structure ask someone followed by a question word like who, what, when, where, how, and why. For example, I asked my kids who had made the mess in the kitchen. He asked me what I like to do on the weekends. Let's ask when the next showing of the movie is. I asked Jill where she had bought her dress. The hotel receptionist asked me how many nights I would be staying. Have you ever asked him why he doesn't like to travel? So those were some examples of ask someone plus a question word, but you can also use ask someone if for yes or no questions. For example, I asked her if she likes to dance. Let's ask the waitress if there are any lunch specials. The teacher asked the class if everyone had finished the homework. Again, those are all yes or no questions, so we use ask plus if. Finally, you can use ask someone to plus a verb. Use this structure when you want a person to do something or not to do something. For example, my mother asked me to clean my room. I asked my secretary to print out the report. They asked us not to make so much noise in the library. The doctor asked me not to eat for 12 hours before the surgery. So again, to review, ask someone for an object. Ask someone about a topic of discussion. Ask someone plus a question word when you want to report on that question. And ask someone to plus a verb when you want someone to take action or not to take action. Now here's the common error. Never use ask to someone. For example, don't say, I asked to her if she had any plans. The correct sentence is, I asked her if she had any plans. Don't say, let's ask to the teacher our question. The correct sentence is, let's ask the teacher our question. Don't say, he asked to me about my family. The correct sentence is, he asked me about my family. And finally, don't say, I asked to everyone turn off their cell phones during the meeting. The correct sentence is, I asked everyone to turn off their cell phones during the meeting. Do you want to have great grammar in English? My Advanced English Grammar course will help you master the details of the English language, and you can also get feedback on your writing. Click the link in the video for more information or to register.
Okay students, so after watching the videos given above, and like the videos were telling you about how to use the words say, ask, speak and talk, and you have to do this exercise on page number 4, question number 1. I hope like after watching the video you can easily do this exercise, but let me do the first one for you. Read and choose. Mr. Bate came home at 7 o'clock. Hello everyone. He said or asked. What do you think? What will be the answer? He said or did he ask? Is he asking something? No, obviously he's not asking something. Mr. Bate came home at 7 o'clock. Hello everyone. So he said it. Okay, now come to question number 4, punctuation. Write the story in your notebook using capital letters. So you guys know how to use punctuation and where to use capital letters. You use capital letters for the names or the places, and like all the nouns, for all the nouns you use capital letters. So please do this in your copy. Now come to page number 5. You have unit 1, lesson 4, reading. Read about Sandra Bates' family. We live in Aston. It's in the middle of England. My mother's name is Judy and my father's name is Ed. My mother is a doctor. She works at a hospital in Aston. She looks after 6 children. My father is a reporter. He works for a newspaper. He writes reports for the newspaper. He travels a lot. I'm 8. My brother Dan is 10 and my sister Emma is 6. I have an e-pal in Karachi. Her name is Saira Berti. So you need to answer the question after reading this write-up, this paragraph. The question number 1 is, where does Sandra live? What's her father's name? They are very easy. So do it by yourselves and do it in your English language copy.